we have walking into studio probably one of the most famous people that has been on the show. And welcome to, come on in.
Are you guys doing stuff?
We're live, man. We're live. Sit right here. Welcome to the show, YouTube sensation.
Hi.
I don't know why I just want to hold your hand. YouTube sensation, just all around hilarious guy, friends with famous people, has 15.8 million subscribers on YouTube, was just recently in a video where he surprised people in his car with Justin Bieber. Welcome to the show, David Dobrik, everyone.
Thanks for having me. This was
thanks
quick.
for being, yeah, I know, you're
just
just
got
like
out of the
ushered
car.
in.
Yeah.
You did? You just got out of the car?
Just got out of the car and now I'm in here.
And is this
fun.
your day of press starting right now?
No, it's just a bunch of radio stuff. So yeah, I guess it's press.
Yeah, it's fun. How do you feel on radio?
I don't know. I haven't been on radio much. I like having headphones on and
Doesn't it feel good?
Yeah, it feels a lot safer. Like it feels like a safer environment than just like being in front of a camera.
I know, just hearing your own voice for some reason. Like for those of you listening at home, like when you have headphones on, you can like hear your own. It's just there's something very soothing about it all. This is Casey and this is Robbie.
Hi.
They're
I'm
both
David.
my
Hello.
comedian friends.
Good to see you guys.
Dave,
Hi,
let's
David.
just get right to this. No, the whole team.
Sure.
I really where did it all start for you? When did you first go, oh my God, this is different than just, I am not a normal just kid anymore.
Oh.
Things are like taking off. Because you started vining in high school, right?
Sure. Yeah, I did. I did Vine in high school, and my assistant now was the first person to have Vine in high school, and she showed us all of it. And then we started doing that, and then like 18, everyone was like moving out to LA because of Vine, and like that
Not
kind of.
everyone was. What are you talking about, David? Not
Everybody that had
everyone
an
in your
account.
graduating class.
People that did
Yeah.
You were going to high school in Chicago.
2,000 people. We took a Greyhound bus down to LA.
No, but in high school it was starting to get big for you already, like before you graduated, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't like anything crazy. I was so bad at posting Vines. I couldn't come up with like any jokes. I was posting like one Vine a week, and I was like the worst Viner in the world. And then other Viners were moving to LA, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it too. And I always wanted to get into like the entertainment world in some way. So so I did that with 3 of my friends, and then
you just blindly moved to LA.
Oh my God, yeah. And I remember like telling everybody, and I remember my friends making fun of me for it. My parents were so confused. I told my parents I'm moving to LA, and they were like, "Where are you gonna move? Hollywood Boulevard?" And I was like, "Yeah, literally. I'm living on Highland in Hollywood. I found a place. I'm moving exactly there."
Did you really?
Yeah, I love being like right in the middle of it. Like I love Times Square. Like when I come to
really? No one likes Times Square.
I know, I hear
David.
that.
It's people
I've
and
never
pigeons.
heard that.
I know.
But did you live in that like weird complex that was all Viners living together?
No, I lived
What a
4
weird
streets
time
down
that
from
was.
that.
4 streets.
Yeah.
over.
I wasn't big enough to be in that complex.
couldn't
They
be the
denied
Vine.
my application. But I was really close, so sometimes I walked over. But no, yeah, everyone.
You were the epicenter of Hollywood and Highland. I mean, it's not like. I mean, it's a great. There's like homeless people dressed as Spider-Man outside your door. Like
Yes, actually, he
many
came
tourists.
over once. Literally,
He
Spider-Man.
came over once.
Spider-Man and Elmo came over to shoot a video with us. It was really nice because you had access to like all of the crazy in Hollywood right downstairs.
Right, you love crazy.
And you were like in the middle of everything, so like you always felt like you were doing something.
Yeah, did you move with 2 other people that were also content creators, or just 2 people randomly?
No, I moved with 3 other people. One guy was a Viner, and the other 2 I knew from my high school. I wasn't really friends with them, but I knew that they weren't doing anything. So I asked, and I needed to split the rent.
Yes.
So I was like, I got a place. Can we split it 4 ways? And they were like, sure, we're down.
Yeah, and
then-
then what? Then how many years were you just like doing that for? When did it? When was the next big step? When did you move out? When did you go? Okay, this is.
Oh, out of the apartment.
I don't need to split rent anymore.
That was like 2-3 years ago. Yeah,
Really?
It was like 4 months of doing YouTube where I started earning enough money to pay enough for rent just off YouTube, and then like 8 months after that, I was like, oh, maybe I can move out and get my own place.
What's been the most wild experience? Like, is every single one of your videos is like that would be one person's like that. My life is different now because of that moment, or that's the thing I'll always remember from my life. But it seems like every single video you have, you're doing something that's that poignant. Does anything stand out? I mean, meeting Nicole Scherzinger.
Scherzinger, yeah, that's crazy.
I always struggle with her name, but these people that you've loved forever, and now you're
100%. Yeah, it's people that
friends.
are literally like I told Nicole, I was like, You were the first person like I found out that I was attracted to women.
Oh, yeah. I know that feeling.
Like watching the Buttons music videos, like where I was like, whoa, there's something happening down there.
Yes.
And yeah, no, it's a serious moment when you get to like meet people like that, and it's still very, very confusing.
Did you feel something again?
I thought I did,
was it
but
everything you wanted it to be?
It definitely wasn't mutual, so it all went away.
I know. Isn't that sad when you're like, maybe I have a shot?
Maybe I have a shot
with this, but you do have a shot. I mean, are you?
No, not at all.
You
trust me, I asked. That was my first question.
You really did?
Before I turned the camera on. Hey, is there anything between
Any
us?
chance?
Absolutely not. Okay, cool. Let's shoot this video.
Oh no, it's. Do you have a girlfriend?
I do not. No.
Yeah. Do you date?
No, not really.
No.
No.
What do you obviously hook up?
Yeah, sure. I've hooked up here and there, but I don't like. I'm not. Yeah.
Too
I'm not
busy
really
for a
dating.
girlfriend?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm like scared of the commitment or what's going on, but
Have you ever had one?
Yeah, I did. I had one 2 years ago. I had one for 2 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how I was doing it, but I don't know. Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
Oh, why is
No.
that?
Just same, like scared of commitment, scared of intimacy,
Sure.
like letting someone in to like really know me is
Yeah.
terrifying. I like people who are unavailable.
It's do
you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
This is great. This is perfect.
Yeah.
This feels like it could go somewhere.
Yeah, this is all working out.
Is there chemistry between us? Are you
I think
sensing
so.
it? Okay, good. I didn't know
feel
I was straight
something.
until right now.
Cut to Nikki doing a recreation of the Buttons video. She's
Sure.
like, hey.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love that
That's
song.
all it takes to win me over.
That
It's a
song
good
is the
song.
sexiest song at like
Oh
it
my
God.
really gets me.
I went to go
Going.
I went to go shoot with Nicole, and I was supposed to be there for like 30 minutes. We told her that like I was very busy. We lied to her, and we're like, oh, we need to go shoot this thing real quick. And then we got there, and they were filming their new music video, and we ended up staying there for 6.5 hours because we were just watching them film this music video, and they were like, half
So
naked
hot,
doing their
just
Pussycat
mesmerized.
Dolls thing, like
Yeah.
just completely mesmerized.
Yeah.
And we kept wanting to leave, but like
She's like, didn't you have somewhere to go?
yeah. And their manager was like, the water scene's coming up. Like, the water's going to splash all over them. And we're like, fuck.
You're like,
okay,
Kids
we're
are
Canceled
about
dinner.
to get wet.
Yeah.
Canceled dinner.
so we canceled everything. And we were there till like 10 p.m. So it's a serious commitment going to hang out with the Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah, no
You have
kidding.
to cancel everything.
I mean, what's like being friends with Justin Bieber? How did that relationship come about?
Oh, that
Just
was...
publicists or
that-
agents?
Well, no, I ran into him. Like, a friend introduced me to him at like a club, and I was talking about this. Like, when I met him, I was really nervous to meet him. And then we were just standing next to each other at the club, and he walks by me, and he goes, tickle, tickle, and he tickled, tickled my stomach, and it was like the best icebreaker because I was so nervous to meet this guy. And I told this story when I went on Fallon, and I was like, yeah, Justin Bieber tickled me.
Mm-hmm.
And the next day, I got a call. And the guy was like, yeah, I've been telling the story about Justin Bieber tickling me like in the Dominican Republic for years now, and no one has believed me.
Whoa.
Thank you for
Could
finally.
you imagine anybody else besides a famous person just coming up to you and
Just
being
saying-
like,
yeah.
tickle, tickle? You'd
Yeah,
be
now
like,
people all
"Kick
over the
this
world
guy
are
out."
saying that Justin Bieber has tickled me.
Has tickled them. That's his go-to move
His
to kind
go-to.
of. But
Cat's out of the bag.
But you said that made you feel a lot more comfortable
So
because you're
much
like,
more
how am I
comfortable.
gonna? Now, do you have an approach with people that are super nervous to meet you because you
It's
have
definitely
fans
not
that feel
tickle tickle. Tickle tickle wouldn't work for me.
But you must have people like every day that are coming up to you screaming, girls crying, people very emotional.
Yeah, but it's not like that. It's not that type of level where like Justin Bieber is like everybody and anybody knows who he is.
Yes.
And it's like the most intimidating thing to stand by him, and having him tickle me like felt so good.
Yeah.
But
Is there
no,
anyone-
I don't know. I don't have like a device that I use like that. Like
But do people like hyperventilate in front of you and stuff like that? Like, is it pretty
it's happened.
insane?
It's
Yeah.
happened sometimes. It's really, really bizarre.
I bet.
It's really bizarre.
Are you someone who is constantly aware of your followers and who's ahead of you, who's not like, do you know, are you competitive?
I'm for sure competitive. I'm not like a guy that looks into analytics too much. Like I have a lot of friends that like are like analyzing like how each post is doing, and they have like the background info and everything. But I don't know. I'm too like caught up in like making the videos where I don't even look at.
Oh, that's
the
good.
analytics,
I think that's a good place to be. Last night I stumbled upon something on Instagram that like in the insights,
Yeah.
where it's like
Oh, yeah.
you lost this,
You gained
unfollowed
this
by
many.
this many, and I'm like, I don't want to know the number of people that decided to hate me this
yeah,
week.
that's crazy.
That's like hurts me, but I know that people are obsessed with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like to read comments. Do you read comments? Do you?
I read every single comment.
No, there's just
Yeah.
no way you do.
No, that's all
You
I
have
do at
16
night.
million views. You really really do.
But it's so easy to just go through them real quick. It's like reading text messages. You can get it done in like 30 minutes.
And what one will make you go 30 minutes? You're a speed reader.
Yeah, I'm
Because
really
they're all
quick.
they're like, you can just tell even by like the shape of them what they're kind of
Yeah,
about. If they're all
and
caps.
how they start too. Yeah, you can tell. I mean, the worst comments are, "Wow, I used to love these videos." That's the fucking craziest.
But the other thing is like positive comments, you feel nothing. You can read
Yeah.
1,000 of them,
100%.
and you feel nothing, and a
100%.
negative one just ruins your day.
Yeah.
Yes.
And back to what you were saying about the analytics, I checked my like how many people subscribe to me each month and how many people unsubscribe, and it's like 200,000 people subscribe a month, but like 40,000 unsubscribe.
That's so many
like,
people.
That's crazy.
That's a
Like
stadium
40
of people going.
40,000 people going, I'm over
I'm
this.
done with this.
And this
No.
has been every month for like the past 3 years. Like that's how.
So
That's
you
how
just
it
have to
goes.
accept it. Like that's maybe that many people died.
I
Think of it that way. They just died and their loved
I
ones
hope
go,
that-
I'm
I
just
hope that
cleaning
Yeah,
they're
I'm
really
just
dead.
Yeah,
gonna
I hope
take them
they're
off
dead.
of all their
they're
YouTube
dead. They
subscriptions.
better be dead. There's no
the
reason
best
to
case
subscribe.
scenario is that they died
Yeah.
They die.
tragically.
Anybody that unfollows you dies.
You got married as a prank. You've been
Sure.
married before.
I have been married, yeah.
Listen, what a great reason to get married and to say you've been married. Aren't most marriages pranks? Like they end up feeling like pranks.
I would guess. I mean, this one definitely.
Got you. And then,
This one definitely was. Yeah, my friend who's like 46.
I know
Do you know
Jason Nash. Yes,
Yeah.
of course. I like was on the LA. I was just telling Robbie and Casey that Jason and I used to do like stand up together in LA like way back in the day, and now he's like friends with 17-year-olds and like shirtless on a rooftop and
Yeah.
like just like I don't know. I love Jason.
It's the best because Jason has a story with every single comedian, and then like I'm always like looking to confirm it. Like I'm always like asking these comedians like, do you know Jason Nash?
Yes.
So nice. I can go back to him and tell him that you know
he
him.
tickled me, and it was no, in the Dominican Republic. No, he was always a really nice guy, but just to see his path and where he's gone, I'm just like you could never predicted it.
Oh my
So
God.
how did you get to know Jason? Just from Vine?
I actually saw him at a comedy club. Like I went to one
Oh.
of his shows, and
wow.
I was like, that's really funny. Can you come by and can we like shoot your bit basically on my vlog? And then we just started to become friends. And he was like just the right amount of ambitious and desperate where it worked perfectly. So and now we're best friends
Honesty
forever.
there.
That's every
Your
comic.
best friend is 44,
46.
46,
Yeah.
and you're how old?
To cut the best friend part out because he'll be really happy. I
Yeah.
don't want to give him all that.
I think you said it.
How old am I?
Yeah.
23. So
23.
half his age.
Oh my,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Perfectly half his age, and you remind him of that constantly.
Yeah, and I got to marry his mom, and
You
which
married
was,
his mom.
which was this.
How did that come about? That idea? Who came up with it first?
Well, it was basically the concept. He told me that we were just joking around. We're always just like trying to find insults like at each other when we're in the car and filming. And he told me I'd never find love. So that night I flew to Boston. And I proposed to his mom. His mom had no idea I was coming, so I surprised her. And she loves us, so it was a really nice surprise for her. And then we flew her to Vegas, and I married her there. And then we flew to Hawaii to honeymoon, all within 4 days. And then we came back.
Commit to the bit.
Yeah, and then we came back, and I showed him all the legal paperwork that I'm his now new stepdad.
Wait, you went with her alone to
No,
Hawaii?
it was Natalie, my assistant,
Yeah.
and her. It was so expensive because we had to fly. She's an old lady, so we had to fly her first class for sure, right?
Yeah,
so it was
yeah,
like
that's nice.
the whole-
And she's your wife.
She's
I
my
mean,
wife,
you
and it was
wanna
our
marry your
honeymoon.
Yeah.
You would hope.
It's special.
Yeah, it was very special. We went skydiving. She sat in the car, but Natalie and I went skydiving.
I cannot believe you've been married. You know, that's really attractive to women to see that a guy has been married before. You're like, he's done it once.
He's done it.
He can
Yeah.
commit.
He's definitely mature enough.
Do you have tattoos and things like that? Do you do
No.
these bold things all the time?
No, I am so scared of getting tattoos. I'm saving a
Interesting.
tattoo for when someone close to me dies.
Okay.
I know that's a little dark.
I have 40,000
Yeah.
tattoos for you to
Yeah.
get.
a month.
Every month.
40,000 a month.
Just give
I know
tally
that-
marks.
You're so right. I feel like nothing's happened to me either yet that I'm like warrants a tattoo, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, when my dad goes, maybe I'll throw something on.
Yeah, because there's
My
nothing
wrist.
there's nothing creative you can do anymore. Like I feel like every tattoo's kind of been done.
Yeah, but you're some guy like you're a guy that just married someone's mom on a prank and then really committed to it. And I just think that you do.
Maybe I
tons
should get
of
her face tattooed
I mean,
on my
that,
ass cheek or something.
Yeah.
how do you top that? I mean, like, but have you always lived life like kind of like that, just taking chances like this? Were you
on
like
the
this?
edge.
Yeah,
No.
on the edge. I mean, that's
No, I don't know.
a wild thing to do.
We make so many videos, so it's so nice when we are out of ideas like 100% of the time. So every time we're done with a video, we are completely out. And it's so exciting to get a new idea because then we just all act on it, and that's just how it is. Literally every week, it's just like a revolving door of like we're out, time to think of something new, and it's
So you put out about one video a week?
Well, it's gotten to that, but it was 3 a week.
Sure.
It was 3 a week for like 3 years.
But you're a busy guy now. And like you said, like it's not easy to come up with these great ideas. And that's really interesting to me that each time you do it, you're like, we've got nothing. You're starting from scratch.
God.
You don't have like
anything at all. And it's the worst. Yeah, we just like hired like a team of writers for like, we sat around for like an hour.
Yeah,
and we
that's
didn't,
good.
we didn't get anywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
I know, you just fuck around.
I don't know. Yeah. It's whatever. It's like a different
But
thing.
the idea will always come. There's always, but it is interesting that, you know, we all write stand up and it's like you just, after your last great bit, you just go,
what else?
That's it.
It's done.
Everything's been done. Yeah. Every joke has been done. Everyone's been explored it. But like then you see someone, you're like, oh my God, I never thought
100%.
about joking about that one thing that was right in front of me the whole time.
That is always like, every time we're like out of ideas, that's always my speech to like all our friends. I'm like, there's so many jokes out there and we just haven't gotten them yet. Like imagine we're in the future, let's just go backwards and just like there's there's so many things that haven't been said yet, and like that's a fact. It's not like no one's gonna be funny in 5-10 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, it is a really weird concept to think that like there's still music you can write and there's still like jokes you can write and movies you can make that are still original.
So keep coming out.
Totally agree. Like I always think about songs and I'm like, every song has been written. Like I couldn't come up with like, but it's like there is a song that is going to be my favorite song that hasn't even been written yet, and it's like
so
exists and
bizarre.
it could exist right now, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
It is weird. It's wild.
I thought life peaked with The Sign by Ace of Base, and since then there's been so much. But like when that song came out, I was like,
shut down music.
forget it. I was like,
It's
we're
over.
done
And
here.
you know what? I don't
We
think
did
you're
it.
wrong. I don't
Such
think
a
you're
good
wrong.
song. It's a
Has it
banger.
been dropped? It is. You recently tweeted, "Hello guys, I love everyone that supports me and shows me love, truly, but please stop coming to my fucking house."
Sure.
That's fair.
What broke the ice that sent that tweet? What?
There was a guy who came over to my house, and we got a new assistant, and she doesn't know who I'm friends with yet. So he came to the door and he's like, I need to speak to David. And she goes, okay. And she woke me up. I was taking a power nap, and he comes in and he's like, and I don't know who this guy is. And he's like, I have a video for you to approve. Can you let me know if like I can post this? And the entire video is of how he found my house. And it's a 5-minute video of him like finding me at a party, following me, going on Google, like looking at like all the pictures of my, and he's like, what part of this can I post and what part of this?
And he's standing in your bed
like-
over
He's
you
standing-
as you're
he's
coming
standing-
out of a nap.
Yeah, he's standing in my living room, and that was like a really, really weird moment. We have, well, I shouldn't say what we have for security.
Yeah, but
not a secret.
It's better.
Yeah.
It's you
Try
stepped it up.
coming back now, buddy. No, there was also a time I came home. This wasn't like anybody that watched the videos, but it was like 2 or 3 a.m. I was by myself, and I walked right in, and there was a guy sleeping on my couch in my clothes.
No.
Yeah, in my office. And then I go around to the living room, and his clothes are all over the living room, and shit is all like poop. Like,
What?
Human poop
Human
is
poop.
all over my couch in my living room.
What?
Yeah, and just walked right into my house, like from the back door. And
Was
yeah,
it Justin Bieber?
It was. No, it was supposed to Justin Bieber.
It's all too much tickle.
This was Nicole Scherzinger. No, but yeah, no. So I had to call the police and get him removed.
Oh my
It's really,
God.
really
That
scary
was a
situation.
fan?
No, that wasn't.
That was just a
That was just a random guy, and it's like you don't. It could literally be anybody that shows up at your house. So
That's
it's just like you never know.
terrifying.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Do you live in like such an amazing house?
No,
Is it the best?
it's my favorite, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's not like.
It's not like
No, like you wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't like go by and go, "What the hell is
Yeah.
that?" You'd just be like, "Oh, it's a house."
yeah.
But it feels like it's like the perfect home for me.
And
currently.
you do you love life, or do you struggle with self-esteem? Do you struggle with any like what's?
No, I really do like life. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
you're
super-
killing it.
I mean, I don't know.
At 23, I just feel like I was
know.
so like I don't think I could have handled all of this, and I don't mean to be like projecting onto you, but like, what do you do for self-care? How do you take care of yourself? You mentioned power naps.
Self-care. I
Yeah.
don't know. I guess I'm just like, I guess my biggest like anxiety or stress is like, how long will this shit last?
Yeah.
Like when is this like, I guess that's for anybody that does anything like with entertainment is like, can I keep this up forever? Or like, can I keep this up for another year?
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the most stressful part of all of it. But I don't know. I like watching movies.
Oh, that's good.
There's a movie theater called iPick.
Yes, that's
I
the
know
best.
It's the best.
It
Have
is.
you had the Buffalo Spring Rolls there?
I have not.
Oh my
No.
God! Well, you're not even going to iPick basically. You have to have the spring rolls with ranch.
iPick is, and for those who don't know, it's like a nice. You get waited on during the movie. There's like the chairs really nice. There's blankets that have been
It's like
used by a lot of
70
people that probably have poop on
It's
them, just like
disgusting.
that you're in your living room.
It's like $75 a ticket. It's like you
Yeah,
you
it's
go
crazy.
there and you spend. It's like a
It's
full
a night out.
Yeah, it's a
It is.
serious
It's a
night out,
full-blown-
but it's
And-
that's my stress reliever.
Okay, iPick is a good stress reliever. Are you going on dates to iPick? Are you going? Do you?
No.
You
I
don't.
just go with my friends. I haven't gotten to a point where I can go by myself yet, but I feel like that's kind of my next goal is
Yeah.
to be able to see movies by myself. I feel like when you can do that,
interesting.
you've either like really figured yourself out or let yourself go. But,
David,
but I want to get there.
I don't think you can go alone because there's no one to protect you from the people that will want to like
Poop on
bug
the
you
couch?
and
Oh.
poop on your iPick couch.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
I should
but I
definitely
know
go
what
with
you're
somebody.
saying about just being able to go alone because you're okay with your
Yeah,
not
like
looking like
you're
a loner.
confident. Like
Yeah.
that's like a level of confidence where you're going to the movies by yourself. Like just buying the ticket on my own is like that's like the scariest like part for me. It's like I have a
you-
friend coming. I swear.
Never felt confident going to the movies alone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Never like
yeah.
I feel great.
You
Yeah.
do it all the time.
I do it all the time, and I'm sad
you've
every
never
time.
felt good about it.
But
He
there's
does it all the time.
there's people that do it like professionally that are like,
Yes.
just like incredible at it, and that I really envy those people.
Yeah. Do you are you someone who constantly needs friends around and people around? You like
I
it?
didn't think I was, but I think I'm starting to figure out that I am.
I
Yeah.
recently just figured that out about myself too. I'm like, oh yeah, being alone kind of like sucks.
Yeah, I
You
always thought I was an introvert, but I think I'm like leaning more towards the extrovert.
Me too. I wanted to be an introvert. When that book came out that was like talking about if you're an introvert, you're actually like cooler than extroverts. I was like, yeah, I am an introvert. And
Yeah.
then I
That's
realized
me.
like, no, I constantly want people around.
Yeah.
It was like more edgy to say you're an introvert, and I think that's why I was saying
Yes.
it because you were like, "Hey,
Yes.
I'm cool with being an introvert."
Yes.
and that's why I was saying it. But then I was like, "No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an extrovert."
You get charged up by being around people.
Yeah.
Are you on Raya?
Oh my God, no! I just
Come on, man.
I just downloaded it. I heard it sucks.
It does suck, but it's like
I
it's
heard it's
all
rough.
it's all people have that might be in the spotlight, and like you can't be on Bumble. You
I
can't be on
love
Hinge.
Bumble.
No, you're not on Bumble.
Yes, I love Bumble.
No way. You're
Yeah.
on Bumble?
Well, Bumble, I have a brand partnership with Bumble.
Okay.
So.
No, well, I love Bumble.
Super
I own
in love
part
with
of Bumble,
Bumble.
so
So we
yes.
love
Down
Bumble.
I own
at
75%.
Bumble. Yeah. My middle name is Bumble.
Heir to the Bumble empire.
That's my tattoo.
Well, this
just
is
Bumble.
an interesting. Do you guys know about Bumble as opposed to the
Yeah.
other dating apps?
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
you're married, but you're not married. Are you married?
No, we're engaged.
You're engaged.
Yeah,
okay.
we got engaged.
But you got together before Bumble was
Yep.
out.
Yes.
But that's the one where the woman has to make the first move, which I've always felt like weird about because I always want guys to make the first move with me.
Yeah.
You ask me out if you want to go out. I don't want to like have to be the guy here, but. Then there's something actually kind of powerful about it. I don't know how to really feel about it. How do you feel about? Would you rather be asked out or would you like to do the asking out?
Oh, I feel like I'd rather be asked out.
Is that real? Is that really? I feel like guys
And
say
that's
that.
just me saying because I'm in bed with Bumble. You know,
Yeah,
no pun
yeah.
intended, But like I feel like I would rather be asked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's something so cool about like the confidence in a girl where she can ask a guy out. I don't know. Is that wrong?
No.
I think though
Not right or
behind
wrong
those
answer.
confidence, a lot of times when I talk to my friends on Bumble, they've like crafted it with like 17 girlfriends and spent an hour just to say like, hey,
Sure.
So
Yeah.
there's confidence, but I think it's also like I feel like all dating apps are kind of riddly. Like they all like talk in riddles. Like everybody's like trying to like say something that
Yep.
I don't know. It's weird. Like I
Yeah.
talk to friends about it, and it's I don't envy it, and I
Were you ever on dating apps?
no, I wanted when we first moved here, I thought I was going to do it, but then we started dating.
Right.
Same boat.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it is riddly and
It's riddly.
there's a game in it, but I do think if I could get back on Bumble, I think I don't want to be like I'm too famous for Bumble, but there's a lot of riffraff on Bumble. Great place to meet someone. But
Really
I don't
good
have.
place.
I want it to be a little bit more selective.
riffraff.
If they could do Bumble Select, that would be great.
Like there should be like a higher tier of like pay a little bit more a month
yeah,
and you get
I
like
don't know.
classy Bumble.
Yeah, if you
Classy Bumble.
yeah.
Pay $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
I would totally do that.
For like
I don't-
job
That's
Bumble.
when
People
I moved to LA. That is all I was doing was dating apps. It was like my second job.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. It's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah,
and like,
it is. That's the thing.
And especially like how do you prove yourself to these random people on strangers that like on this app that you're like worthwhile hanging out with, like with text. Like it's such a hard first impression to make.
And is it like a lot of copy and paste, like first introduction? Do people have a lot of like, this is the opening line I use every
you
time?
send to like
I
everybody.
think they do. I would always do something based off their profile. Like I feel like that's like
That's
so
nice.
much more personal.
Something to
and
make
easy.
to make them feel special. Are you looking through your DMs at all
I do look through my DMs. There's
for
like
a blue check mark?
There's like a top request. Do you have the top request section? Yeah.
That'll weed them out.
Yeah.
Because I just go blue check. There's something about a blue check that just makes you like, oh, this person
Serious.
doesn't have an STD. And
It is scary like how much like a blue check does. Like it's like really shitty to say, but it's like
it's everything.
that was when I moved to LA, that was my big goal is get a fucking
Get a
blue
blue
check mark
check.
because I think it would change everything.
It with girls really care about it, and
They
I
care
think
about
and
the
it
blue
makes
check.
it makes you stand out because like if say I were to like ask a guy out or like try to like get into get a guy's attention in his DMs and he's like has 1 million followers, they're not gonna see you.
Right.
But
Yeah.
if you have that little blue, it's like our eyes are like, whoa. Like I can go like be going so fast on a
You're like,
scroll,
who
and I
is this
see a
person?
blue pass by.
Yeah, they
Immediately.
would. I had girlfriends in LA when I moved here, and they would call people with blue check marks. They would go, "Oh, you're getting that verified dick." That's what they would
Yes.
say, and like that was like their way of referring to people with blue check marks.
Yeah. So what? So you're on Bumble. You might be on. You just signed up for Raya.
Yeah, yeah.
You
It's
get like
not
a
terrible.
theme song on Raya, right?
Yeah, you get to pick your own
See,
theme
that
song.
seems fun.
You
to
have
me,
to
though.
like you have to get like a code from somebody else. To,
Yeah,
like,
you
get
gotta
on
get
it.
recommended.
That's a really bizarre concept.
Yeah, I feel like it's all DJs. I think Raya is
Oh,
like
is it?
80%
It is.
DJs.
It's a lot of DJs.
Yeah.
It's like Dumbo House on dating.
Yeah.
It's tour managers. It's
Yeah.
photographers.
Yeah, it's a lot of
And Joshua Jackson was once on there, I think. I think
Ooh.
he's getting married now, but I
Yeah.
do remember that's who got me on the app. I was like, he's on there?
If Joshua was on, if
Yeah.
Pacey's there, I'm there.
Yeah. There's the guy that invented gravity blankets is on there. I mean,
the
there's a
best.
lot. He is.
He's the best profile.
Oh, that's
all
a sad
of
man.
the
That's the
pictures.
guy who goes to the movies alone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
sure.
his own
The guy who
blanket.
made
He's like,
gravity
it's not
blankets?
food. It's
I brought
just a
80 pounds
blanket.
of blankets to the movie.
I just asked him to come over and lay on top of me. That would be nice. David Dobrik, thank you so much for being here. If you aren't already subscribed to him, he does hilarious stuff every week. His YouTube channel, David Dobrik. You can Dobrik. You're so nice and so fun and so easy to talk to. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. That was
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, you're really fun. Back with more from Casey Balsham and Robbie Slovic when we get back on You Up with Nikki Glaser. Thank you so much for watching that clip that you just watched. Did you enjoy it? I hope you did. If you did, thumbs up it. Why don't you subscribe? Why don't you just keep watching more videos? Let them play. Share with your friends. Go share on your Instagram story. Go, just have a great day.